Hello everybody, and welcome to today's heart opening, moving, breathing, being with intention, with purpose, where again, everything I say is simply a suggestion. So today's focus is on heart opening. So this means a deep focus on some back bends. And with that, if you happen to have any back injuries or limitations that include mobility in your twisting, please let me know. I will be happy to send over some variations. And as always, everything is optional except for your breathing. So if it feels good, stay longer. If it's not serving you, back out sooner, and all is optional. So coming to a comfortable standing position into your mountain pose, pressing the earth away through the soles of the feet, slight micro bend in the knees, head above heart, heart above hips, hips above knees, knees above joints. So stacking from the root up. Find your stance and find your breath. So notice where in your body you feel your breath just as you are. And allow for each inhale to invite a lift of the ribs up and out of the hips. And every exhale to invite a settling, a letting go, releasing right where you are with what is. Inhale, arms up overhead, spinal extension. Exhale, release palms to side one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, palms up, lift your gaze. This is a back bend. Stay or exhale, bring your elbows into cactus arms. Lead with the elbows, lead with the pelvis, lift through the heart. One deep breath here. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, root down through your right foot, lean to the left, any amount. Option to lift your gaze, one more breath. Inhale, palms through center. Exhale, root down through left foot, lean to the right. Stay or lift your gaze, one more breath. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body. Stop at heart center. Press into the palms. Notice the broadness of the collarbones here. On your next exhale, twist left any amount. Option 2, open arms into T arms. One more breath in this twist. Inhale, palms up overhead. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body. Stop at heart center. Inhale, find that vertical length in the spine. Exhale, twist to the right, any amount. Stay or T arms, palms in line with shoulders. One more breath. Inhale, come through center, arms up overhead. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body, standing cat-cows. As you inhale, lift your gaze, your chin, your heart. Let your pelvis rock forward in space. Exhale, pelvis rocks back in space, rounding through lower, middle, upper back. Tuck chin to chest slightly. 2 more rounds each side. Move with your breath. Inhale, come through middle, neutral spine. Release your hands to the sides of your hips. Mountain pose with dynamic movement with cactus arms. Inhale, arms up overhead, lift your gaze. Exhale, lead with the elbows, cactus arms. Heart lifts, pelvis rocks forward in space. Inhale, lift palms all the way up, neutral spine. Using an exhale to re-enter that back bend movement. And an inhale to come through center. One more time each side. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body. Release your palms, wiggle asana if you wanna. Coming towards the top of your mat for some quad stretch. So anytime we do these deep back bends, we also want to stretch and warm up the quads and the front part of the hips before we begin. So just as you are, stay or lift your right heel. Leg is in a 90-degree angle. Stay if that feels good and plenty, or reach your left arm forward in space, collarbones broad, and reach for the top of your right foot with your right hand. Heel towards glute, stay for 2 breaths. Exhale, slowly release that heel, wiggle if you wanna. Now stay or lift your right foot, or excuse me, your left foot up off the ground, leg is in a 90-degree angle, right arm can reach forward, find that length in the spine, that balance in the body. Stay or reach for top of left foot with left hand, pull that heel towards glute, stay for 2 breaths. When you're ready, release your foot. March your feet, bringing some symmetry back to the hips. Now coming into a low lunge. Step your right foot back about 3 to 4 feet and come down onto your right knee. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your palms up overhead. Lift your gaze. If that feels good and plenty, stay with your groin drawing down towards the floor, or bring your hands to your lower back as if you were inserting them into some pockets of some jeans. Stay for 2 breaths. Front knee is above or behind your front ankle. Stay, and on an inhale, come through center, neutral spine. Inhale, lift palms up overhead. Option to fold it forward and come up onto some blocks. Blocks framing the front foot. If you'd like, you can come up onto tented finger pads instead and press the earth away. Tuck your back toes. From here, inhale, lift up off your back knee. Stay in this runner's lunge, or inhale, spin arms up overhead, reaching up towards the sky as your groin draws down towards the floor. High lunge. Stay for 2 to 3 breaths. Palms meet at the top. Exhale, palms down the midline at the body. Stop at heart center. Pause. Inhale, find the length in the vertical spine. Exhale, bring your right elbow towards your left knee, any amount. If they touch, cool. If they don't, cool. It's all good yoga. Meeting yourself where you're at is the primary intention of this practice. One more breath. And on an inhale, press into the palms as you come through center. Lift palms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Framing foot with the blocks or with the palms. Step or hop your back foot forward. Holding on to opposite elbows. Rock side to side in your ragdoll. Let everything hang heavy. Your crown, your cheeks. And when you're ready, find your blocks and step your left foot back about 3 to 4 feet. Lower down onto your back knee and untuck your toes. Inhale, arms up overhead, low lunge, other side. Reach arms up, maybe elbows in cactus, or hands can return to lower back, placing them in those jean pockets. Lift through the crown, through the chin, through the heart. If your neck is experiencing strong sensation, you can take your neck out of it. Awareness to curvature of the spine. One more breath. Inhale, neutral spine. Lift arms up overhead. Fold it forward, frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, lift up off that back knee, runner's lunge. If this feels good and plenty, stay. Or inhale, circle arms up overhead. Let your groin draw towards the floor as your arms reach up towards the sky. High lunge here, 2 to 3 breaths. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body. Stop at heart center. Use that inhale to notice the vertical length of the spine, collarbones broad. As you exhale, left elbow towards left knee. Any amount, no two sides of the body the same, no two sides of same body the same. Sometimes poses like this is where we feel them. And if you wiggle, if you wobble, that's okay. One more breath. And use an inhale to come through center. Fold it forward. Lower your back knee. And bring your right knee to meet your left. Remove your blocks if they're there. From here, high plank. So step your left foot back and then your right. Press the earth away. Knees down in high plank is still good yoga. While here, imagine that your heels and your crown are reaching in opposition. Stay for 2 more deep breaths. And when you feel ready, lower your knees, untuck your toes, bend your elbows, let your chest meet the mat. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders for dynamic movement in baby cobra. Rest your chin or forehead on your mat. Press down through the tops of the feet, through the bones of the pelvis. As you inhale, press the earth away. Lift your crown, your gaze, your heart. As you exhale, let your middle back, upper back, chin or forehead go. 2 more times following your breath. As you come up in space, bring awareness to what your shoulders are doing that allows for your heart to lift in space. And then take note of what your pelvis is doing as you settle down onto the earth. One more time. Good. Bring your hands to the sides of your hips. Come up onto tented finger pads. So that waffle cone-like shape, and press the earth away. Notice already what your shoulders are doing in your back body. Stay or bend your knees. This is a variation of bow pose. Stay or inhale, lift your crown, your chest, your heart. Stay or lift your palms up in space, any amount. Stay or one at a time, reach for the tops of your feet and kick tops of feet into the palms. Lift your gaze, your heart. 2 more breaths. Root down through the tops of the thighs. And when you're ready, bend your knees, heels towards glutes. Let everything go. Bring your hands to sides of hips, and then walk palms underneath your forehead. Walk your knees wide in space. Soles of feet face the ceiling, and windshield wipe your feet from side to side. When you're ready, release your feet. Walk them back into a comfortable hips distance stance apart. Walk hands to frame your chest. Tuck your toes. Inhale, press the earth away. Come into your tabletop. With your toes tucked, with your hands grip the earth away as if you were opening some jars of pickles. Exhale, come into your cat pose. Round your lower, your middle, upper back, tuck chin to chest slightly. Notice your shoulders here. Inhale, lift your hips up and back in space. Pedal through the feet, downward facing dog. Stay for 2 to 3 breaths. Your knees can bend a great amount. As your knees bend, continue to lift hips up and back. Press into the palms. When you're ready, let an exhale return your knees to the ground. Untuck your toes and come to a comfortable sit to come to lie on your back. One way to do that is to walk your knees together in space. And before we come to sit, actually everybody walk your knees together in space. Hug your inner thighs together. As you exhale, allow for your right hip to rock over to the right side of your mat, as if you were walking it over the edge. Allow for your body to create a C-like curve. An inhale can bring you back through center. Exhale, rock it back over. Inhale, come through middle. Exhale, left hip rocks over to the left side of your mat. C-like curve with the body. Notice that sensation in your hips. Inhale through center one more time. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Now come to sit to roll on your back. One way to do this is to lift your right arm and slowly rock your left glute towards the left heel. Roll onto the side of your glute. Walk yourself to the middle of your mat. Hold on to the backs of your thighs or walk hands down mat. Roll onto your back body. Walk your feet in towards your glutes so they're about 1 to 2 palms distance away. Bring your hands to sides of hips. Press through the palms, through the bones of the arms. Notice the spine. Notice your breath. 2 breaths here. Option to grab a block or a rolled up blanket or maybe a thick book like the size of a dictionary and place it in between the knees. With no more than 5 to 10 pounds of pressure, hug that block with the inner knees. Bring your hands in towards the body and bend your elbows, arms in a 90-degree angle, preparing for bridge pose. As you exhale, press into the bones of the arms, awareness to the middle curvature of the spine. This is a version of bridge pose. Press through the 4 corners of each foot. Inhale, lift hips up towards the sky. Draw your tailbone down towards your knees. Lengthen through the lower back. Root down through the shoulders. Stay or release your palms. Press through the palms, chin can tuck to chest, or lift your chin up towards the top of your mat. One more breath here in your bridge pose. When you're ready, exhale, release upper back. middle back, lower back, pause, remove your block. Inhale, lift arms up overhead, top of hands root down to the earth. One at a time, draw your knees towards your chest. Feet are flexed. Exhale, circle arms around the backs of thighs or tops of shins. Let your tailbone hang heavy. You can bind your fingers here. Rock from side to side. And then choose to find some stillness in the shape. Feet are flexed, meaning toes turn towards the breathing body. Stay or bring your hands to the backs of thighs for a variation of legs up the wall. Inhale, kick your feet up towards the sky. Stay or release your hands to the floor. Let tailbone hang heavy, shoulders are broad. Stay or T-arms. Allow for yourself to play with the variations of the hands. Maybe palms flip up towards the sky. Notice what that feels like. Maybe arms lift up overhead. Tall stretch in the spine here. One more deep round of breath. And when you're ready, hug your knees towards chest. Wrap your arms around the backs of your thighs and draw your knees towards your armpits. Tailbone's heavy here. Rock from side to side. Inhale, bring inner thighs together in space. Release your feet. T-arms, palms in line with shoulders. Heel toe the feet so they're mat to mat distance apart. Exhale, windshield wipe your feet, your knees over to the right. Any amount that feels comfortable to you. Option to bring your gaze over to the left. Stay for 2 breaths. Inhale, bring gaze, bring knees through center, pause. Exhale, knees, windshield wipe over to the left. Press through the palms, through the arms. Stay or bring your gaze over that right hand. 2 breaths here. Inhale, bring your gaze, your knees through center. Heel toe your feet so they're back to hips distance apart. Bring your hands to your sides or to your breathing body. One hand anywhere on belly, one hand anywhere on chest. Shoulders are broad, soles of feet press the earth away. Bring your awareness back to your breath in your chest, your awareness to sensation in chest for 2 rounds here. Bring your breath, that awareness to sensation to your ribs, sides of ribs, middle back. 2 breaths here. Bring your breath, awareness to sensation to your belly, the sides of your hips, your lower back. 3 deep rounds of breath here. In, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. Out, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 1. In, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Out, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. In, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Out, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Return to your easy, effortless breath. Observe the sensations. Switch hands if they're on your breathing body. Good. When you are ready, come into your final relaxation pose, your Shavasana. Extend your legs out long towards bottom of mat, feet a bit wider than hips distance apart. Allow for toes to externally rotate to either corner of your mat. Hands on your breathing body or at your side, palms face up. Let your collarbones broaden. Shoulders hang heavy, chin slightly tucked. Soft gaze or eyes closed. Feel free to swallow once to help release any tension in the jaw. On your next inhale, breathe in through the nose all the way to your toes. Take in all that feeling, that sensation. As you exhale, sigh it out. Let it all go right where you are in this moment. One more cleansing exhale breath. Permission to simply be, to simply breathe for the next minute or so of silence. Good. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Draw small circles with wrists and ankles in any one direction. pause, reverse those circles. Bring your hands to the sides of your hips. Walk your feet back to hips distance apart. Hug everything in towards the midline of the body as if you were wrapped in a loving cocoon. Inhale, lift arms up overhead. Take one last long pencil stretch in opposition. Take a breath. One at a time, draw your knees to chest. Circle your arms around your legs, backs of thighs or tops of shins. Rock from side to side. Lift your right arm up overhead. Exhale, roll to the right side using your arm as a pillow and pause. Left hand in near the rib cage. Right palm roots down to the floor. And when ready, press into both palms. Come and bring yourself back into a comfortable seat. Resting your hands at your lap or perhaps together at heart center as we bow in gratitude. Thank yourself for creating time to make space, make length in your mind, in your body, in your breath. I thank you for sharing this practice with me, and thank every other teacher who's come before us to share this beautiful gift and tradition of yoga asana practice. May we always remember this feeling, this sensation that runs through us when we take a moment to check in and to just notice. And notice where those ripples may take you. I'll save 2 more deep breaths for you. May we learn to live like the lotus at home in muddy waters. Namaste. Peace, 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 peace. Thank you so much for sharing this heart-opening, moving, and breathing with purpose, with intention. Have a beautiful rest of your day, night, or moment.